Alright guys, we're going back to the Marvel Snap video. So we have a new developer update dropped last night. Unfortunately, I was really ill yesterday, so I wasn't able to cover it straight away. So let's talk about this update because I do think it's actually a pretty good season for cards. Some stinkers, but also some bangers. Also, look at this intro, if you haven't seen it. They're doing a meme. Boys, I did the same thing when they revealed Dormammu, and that was a month ago. They rubbed my joke. But yeah, while the intro plays, guys, if you're new, we're like 180 subscribers away from 1K. If we can hit the 1K mark by the time we get the Fantastic Four season in July, very much appreciate it's my birthday. So if you enjoy the content, you want to see more from me, definitely subscribe. But let's quickly run through the cards because I've done this video already, but I'm not sitting here and talk of like 30 minutes, which I don't want to do, right? So let's start with the first card. You lot probably seen it. He's not really been changed. In fact, I guess he's been nerfed actually, but we have Merlin, a 2/3. So what he's been changed was the polymer. So what he actually does is at the start of each turn, you're going to add an incantation towards your hand, which will then be one of these 3 spells. The spells are random. You're not guaranteed any of them. You can literally play a game where you just get like 5 polymorphs, right? It can be crazy. But all of them look very, very fun. And honestly, it's going to be a must include for a lot of people because of the versatility. Is that the right word for this actual card? First one is going to be, polymorph. So you can see right here, he does play it on the lane with Joaquin Torres, which activates the on reveals of 1-cost cards twice. They're all 1 cost. Also, as well, they have now removed the banish text. It doesn't mean they're not going to banish. Every spell in this game is going to banish. Like, I remember when we saw the leaks a while ago, about last month, we thought it might have been nerfed. But yeah, that's just like a little bit of rework they're doing for every spell card. They're removing the banish text. They're still going to banish. It's just they're now going to remove the text. I think there was like a little interaction with like iLad, where iLad could copy a spell and he would then banish himself, where now he's not going to banish himself, but still keep the effect, right? So pretty much just like a quality of life update. Big C Polymorph, on reveal, transform the lowest power card here into one that costs 1 more. So Joaquin Torres then turns into a 2-cost to a 3-cost card, but because the Torres turned into a 3 power card and the actual Nico's 2 power, it then goes towards a Nico, right? Yeah, I think this is going to be probably one of the best things about this card. It's going to be so fun to play around with, to turn in 2s to 3s to 4s to 5s. It's gonna be fun, though. It's gonna be sick. Then we have Omnipresence, replaces location with a new one, which in of itself could already be crazy. But he's also given Merlin +2 power, going from a 2/3 towards then a 2/5. And like I did say, you can get this like 4 times in one game, so he's gonna be buffing like crazy. It's not guaranteed, but getting 1 or 2 procs is gonna be really good though. They do show against Limbo, some magic decks and like things that want to do magic stuff is gonna get absolutely ripped because this card is gonna be like almost every single deck here. Then we have the Once in Future, shuffle the lowest power card here into your deck to get +2 energy next turn. It does say you have to shuffle the card in, so you can't do like some special tech where you play in a lane with empty cards. It won't work. It will banish, but you're not going to shuffle a card, so you're not going to end up getting that 2 extra energy. Did you show it with Hood? So Hood's going to be by far probably the best one. Also, look at that Fastos variant. Looks pretty cool. Then we have Morgan Le Fay. Can't lie, a stinker. She was a 4/5 in data mine. She's now been buffed up to a 4/7, so that shows you how much they think the card's not crazy. They got to make the body itself natural like quite a lot for 4/7. Then again, that's pretty good, right? But what she does do is return all of your discarded cards and destroyed cards to your hand with +3 power. It's not managing the cost. It's not resurrecting to the board. I'm not too sure what you're doing with this card. I can't lie. They showcase like what, Uncle Ben? Like, what is his deck? Like, what are we actually doing with this card? Like, if you're destroying stuff, you're doing, I guess, Dormammu stuff, right? And you're destroying Deadpool, you're destroying Wolverines, you're destroying X-23s. Maybe Uncle Ben? But, like it's not going to fit in the destroy deck because destroy cards that regenerate don't work. This card as well, you're doing, Khonshu, Apocalypse, you're doing Prox of Midnight, you're doing Swarms. They don't count as returning to your hand or going in towards, like, the graveyard a little bit. So I'm not too sure where this Morgan Le Fay is going to come in. So I think she's going to be a little bit of a stinker. I'm sure someone's going to find a use for her and, like, be okay, but yeah, maybe if Quinjet works with it, I don't know, but it's going to be a stinker of a card. But the next one's not going to be a stinker, though. With the Ancient one, what's she going to do with a 3/5? Already a really good body in itself, right? On reveal, add Tau Madala to your hand, and Tau Madala is going to be on reveal. Copy the text of one of your ongoing cards here onto the other characters here. Characters, so it can't be spells, not the spells will be on the board anyway. But yeah, she is literally a images of an icon, but for ongoing cards. Only difference is, though, is that obviously they're not going to transform into cards, so you are going to still keep the power, which could be a good thing. I do think this is going to be a crazy card to build around with because, one, you can almost guarantee it because if you know you have the Ancient One in your hand, you know you can play around it, right? Also, the Ancient One can play into itself as well. Only problem is, though, is that it's very telegraphed, right? When you play the Ancient One, you know for a fact they're going to then play the on-reveal onto the location where you have a pretty important ongoing card. So you can play around it. You can definitely see it coming. You can retreat, for example, where I think the images of Icon, while yes, you knew they likely had it, but it's not guaranteed to draw, right? And if you played Agamotto, you can steal a lot of wins, and I've lost a lot of games because of him, where Tal Mandala, the Ancient One, you're probably not going to get that too much, but I think it's still going to be a really good card, though. Nightmare, crazy card. Been nerfed, actually, from when we first saw him with Datamans. He was a 2-2. He's now a 3-1. -1. That means they know he's crazy. And he's the reason why Sauron got nerfed. Sauron was, what, a 2-2. Cards in your deck and hand remove the ongoings, where now Sauron is a 1-3, where he only removes the ongoings in your deck, where now Nightmare is going to synergize with the card to where he's going to replace the text from a random card at the same cost. But the pretty cool thing too is that it shows you the card it turns into, so you can like not actually need to click on it. But like, for example, an Ebony Maw, a 1-7 that has the Nebula effect is crazy. You can have like Starbrand turn into like Juggernaut, a 3-10 Juggernaut is crazy too. I think this is going to be a crazy card, but also a fun one. I personally was never really a big fan of the Sauron deck a little bit because it wasn't fun. Like, it's just, you play a 3-10, everything's just numbers and nothing's really like on reveals or spicy a little bit, where this one is going to be really fun because like having a Red Skull have like the Gamora effect, for example, could be really fun. Having like a Red Skull of Iron Man. Yeah, this is going to be sick. Next card is Clea. When this card gains permanent power, so things affected in the card like a Kahori, a Gwenpool, I think they show Ironheart in the gameplay. It can't obviously be like a Blue Marvel. It's then going to add a card towards your hand, a spell actually, which is going to inflict a card here with -3 power, which I will say, when I first saw it in the leaks, I thought it might have been kind of bad. It's not looking too bad now. And it goes with Nicholas Scratch, we'll go through later on. It might be okay. It'd be still hard to buff up power, though. And if you might lean too much into it, yeah, we'll see, though. I will say Taurus is getting a lot of buffs here. A lot of one-cost on reveals in this update. So, like, he's going to get a lot of love. So, you are going to get 1 free proc every single turn. Or at least every single turn. Do you have Surge 2-4? But, like, what are we doing with this deck, though, right? Like, are you really going to be building around her? In a Zoo deck would probably be his best place, I'd seem, right? Because it just fits in naturally. But in Killmonger exists. Then we get Dormammu, who is going to be, like, the prize card of the season. Everyone's getting him. Super fun. You don't actually play the card, which is kind of the cool thing. You have to summon him, right? So at the start of the game, you're going to have a spell added towards your hand, and all of these summon rituals are going to be spells. And once you complete these spells, you're then going to summon a card. And he's already starting out at a 7-11. Funny to say that, actually. But as you can see, over the course of the game, he's going to get upwards like 20 power. But do remember, you have to actually meet these conditions, right? So you can't just play the spell. So on reveal, merge your highest power destroy card with Dormammu to continue. You actually need to merge a card. So before you can play the Summon Ritual 1, you have to destroy a card that's in your destroy pile so you can then merge with it. And you can see he goes up towards what, a 7-15, and then you have the Laufey effect where he just steals power from your cards and their cards. And he goes up towards like 7-20. And then the final one is on reveal, destroy 2 characters here to summon. So you have to destroy 2 cards. So it's gonna be pretty simple. If you're destroying things already, you probably got like an X-23 down. You probably got like a Wolverine. And the summon ritual itself isn't even that expensive. You can do Witness Soldier. And then boom, summons Dormammu. 7-20. It's gonna win a lane. Really fun design. A lot of people are gonna love it. Then we have a Kamimot, which no one's going to get that joke. But after turn 5, set all cards into 5 power. Going to be really good with ongoings. After this turn, add a 0 power copy of a card here to your hand. So you can then play it for free after turn. Obviously, it's after this turn. So you can't really play anything too crazy down. Because if you get it on turn 1 or turn 2, you're not getting anything crazy go up. But it'll be a fun location. This is crazy though. High Voltage Overdrive, they're now revamping it, and it's going to be a lot more better than it was before. So before it was, you complete challenges to gain currency to then build up towards a pity, to where you can then get the final card and some borders and some other core rewards, right? Well, now they've changed it. So you're still doing the same thing. You're building up that currency, very much like Sanctum Showdown, where it builds towards a meter, and you can get all of these rules for basically free, right? I see you can be able to get towards the end, like, pretty much guaranteed just by doing all your daily missions. or every 8 hours. And you can see some of them are pretty cool. You have that border as well, the Neo Lights one. You have tokens. They did say when they changed the actual system that they want to give more tokens out now that people actually want it. So you see more of that actually. Borders, premium variants, tokens, a chain border, which looks really, really cool. But like the actual Sanctum Showdown, now when you earn the currency, you can actually spend the currency in a shop. We haven't seen a shop, we don't know what's in it, but last time, like Sanctum Showdown, you could buy borders, you could buy emotes, you can buy variants, you could buy actual unowned cards. Will they bring that back? Hopefully. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, overall, I really love the shop actually, because I thought it was going to be hard to like, not max it out. You should be maxing it out. You're not meant to max it out, right? But you're able to buy what you want. So people bought emojis if they want to buy the Jeff one, for example. I know myself, I bought the unknown cards and I bought some borders because I really like the green border. You definitely will be able to buy that back too. But yeah, overall, it's going to be like a much better experience. But that's not only the change, right? The change is in the gameplay too. You can see it here. 8 cards, 4 turns, 1 unstable reactor. And this is what it does. So every single game, I believe it is, the overdrive effect is going to change. And once players play 5 charge cards, so the ones that glow will be random, I assume it's going to happen to you actually. So like, for example, they played 5 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's not. I think it's everyone. All the on-reveals happen again. So yeah, it's going to be crazy. And like this one here, for example, is Chimichangas. Sure. You can kind of think of it as like another location. That's going to make it so much better. Because I don't really like to make content too much on high voltage. Because it's kind of the same thing. You just kind of go Black Panther. And you're not actually trying to win in a sense. You just want to do either stupid combos. Or you want to just try and do your challenges. And you don't care if you want to lose. Where this one's going to make it a little more interesting. And then the final 2 things is they're going to be dropping 2 new Series 4 cards in the packs. It's possible you can get some more Series 4 cards during the season, but these are the 2 new ones. It's going to be Nicholas Scratch after you play a skill, not a card, a skill, and it's anywhere on the board. He is going to gain +1 power. Pretty much like the Angela for spell cards. I think it's too weak. 1 power, like, are you really going to get that many spells? And maybe if you go like Agamotto, Merlin, plus the Clea, I don't know, man. I think it should probably be +2, like how we have back to Batroc. We'll see, though. He's going to get better over time, but you can just get Killmongered. Then we have Jennifer Kale. I think I actually like Jennifer Kale. So she is a 2/2 activate. Next turn, you gain +2 energy. She is a Psylocke of activate. Obviously, it's activate, so you can't play her on 2 and get, full energy on turn 3. What you want to be doing is probably more likely playing a 5 cost on turn 4. I think, obviously, the one that comes to the top of my head right now is Infinity Ultron. A lot of people saw the reason why we started using Luna Snow was to get, obviously, 5 costs out early. And she's kind of doing that a little bit, right? And thankfully, it's only towards you. But then again, you can get regardless. That could ruin your play a little bit. But it could also be much better than giving your opponent, if you are losing Luna Snow, giving your opponent +1 energy can be really bad too. I've definitely lost games because of it. But then Luna Snow's a 3/6. Sometimes it's worth it. But yeah, those are the 2 Series 4 cards coming. This isn't confirmed because it's going to be in the shop. You couldn't see it on the actual video, but there's going to be probably more likely to say a free card during the shop you can buy, and it's probably more likely to be Killer Mega because of the Elixir card that came out recently. Alright, so let's wrap up the video and go over my star ratings for these cards. So out of 5, I'm giving Merlin a 5. I think it's going to be really fun. Be able to transform your 2s to 3s to 4s to 5s. It can be really fun to play around with. Location control, buffing them up as well. It really does feel like you can just put them towards any deck and not really worry about it. Like my move deck, I'm doing my move stuff anyway. But if I then want to change location, I then want to give myself a +2 power, shuffle a card into my hand to gain more, I'm going to be okay with it a little bit. Probably not going to be the best thing like a move deck, I did say, but like most decks in general, like just using like season pass cards, it's going to be fine. I think you're going to like really like this card. So I think the 5-star card. Next one is Morgan Le Fay. I think it's a stinker. I've no idea why you're going to use this card. Gave it a 2-star. I was tempted to give it a 1, but it's 4/7. Someone's going to find a use for it. I'm sure people are going to do something, but I don't think it's going to be that good. The Ancient one, giving it a 3.5-star. I do think it'd probably be closer towards a 4 because it's a 3/5. There's no downside. I just think it's really telegraphed because you're going to know what they're going to do. You could obviously snap into it, but you're not going to get that sneaky like snipe of like just like winning the location because of the actual like images icon, where this one you do have to actually set up for it. But 3.5 stars is still pretty good though. Nightmare, give it a 5-star. I think this can be one of the better cards of the season. Gonna be so fun to play around with. I think in terms of like fun factor, definitely gonna be really enjoying it. Finally, I can actually use the dumb idiot deck and actually feel good about it. And while some of the text could be really bad, it's kind of like Copycat. It's going to be fun to play. Clea is okay. I don't know. I think maybe a free... No, I don't know about a 3-star. I don't know. I don't know if she can be that crazy, man. She looked better than I thought she would look in the gameplay, and I think using like a zoo deck could be okay, but is it going to make the zoo deck better? Probably not. Dormammu is definitely, I'd say, almost a 5-star card in terms of hype, value. You're going to really like him, but I do think the trickiness of the character, granted, the payoff is definitely worth it. He's kind of making his own deck a little bit. Could almost be a 5-star card, probably. Should be, actually. But like I did say with, obviously, Tal Mandala, you're going to know where this guy's going to summon, right? Like, if you have 2 cards on the field, you'll know he's going to play 2 cards to summon him. Just place Cosmo down or Juggernaut him. You can definitely ruin some runs a little bit. And, like, who knows how the actual skills work, right? Like, if you do disable a skill because you, like, play Cosmo, does it go back to your hand? Can you still continue it? I don't know how it's going to work, really, but I do think 4 stars pretty decent, though. But yeah, guys, that is going to wrap up today's video. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of this season. I do think it looks pretty good. The cards look interesting. Like they say, some stinkers, like Clea, will be fun. I think you can use her, but like Morgan, I don't know how you're going to use her. But yeah, a good season to lead in towards the big season in July, being the Fantastic Four season, which I cannot wait for those because all of them look insane. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching the video, and yeah.